Today, let's talk a little bit about how we can create this awesome graffiti tag that looks kind of like it was sprayed on a brick wall. So today we're going to learn how we can A, download some fonts, type some fonts, B, add some spray, and C, blend that into the background. All right, so let's get started. So step one, we're going to open up Photoshop and we're going to create a new file. I'm going to make sure my file is in inches, and I'm going to go 18 wide by 12 high. Good, inches, good, good. And then I'm going to click create. Perfect. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to add a type layer. We're going to type either our first name, last name, nickname, whatever it may be. So I'll grab my type tool. I'm going to draw a big rectangle, just like that. Click, hold, and drag. And then I'm going to type my name. Now mine's already pretty big, but you can highlight this and make it as big as you possibly can without it disappearing. All right, and click OK. All right, so we got our type, all that kind of good stuff. We'll change the color in a minute. Now let's learn how we can download a font. So we're going to actually go to Google, and we're going to type in free graffiti fonts and hit enter. And then you're going to get a couple options here. We got 1001, free fonts. Let's go to the one that says defont.com and click that. Okay. And then we get all these awesome graffiti fonts that we can choose and download. So I'm going to grab, this Vandalist one looks pretty cool. So I'm going to grab that one. I'm going to click download. And the download's going to pop up in the left-hand corner, just like when we did our brushes. I'm going to double click that and it should open. And then you're going to find the Vandalist or the name of the font. You're going to find its TTF or OTF font. We're going to want to open that font. And then you're going to want to click install font. And you're going to want to remember the name of it so that you can find it in Photoshop. All right. So now we're going to go into Photoshop. We're going to highlight our font, and then we're going to find in the font menu at the top, I'm going to find the name of my font here. It was Vandalist. It's all alphabetical. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And check that out. Now I have an awesome font. So now let's change the color of this. I'm going to go, graffiti artists always use like a bright color. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to be, I'm going to go like a wicked kind of green here. Kind of like that. Perfect. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to add another one and change its color so that we can create this halo. See how there's like a black shadow around it? I'm going to create another one. So I'm going to copy and paste. Command or Control C, and then Command or Control V. Now I have two of them. So I'm going to change this one's color to be, I'm going to go like blue. Awesome. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little thing called rasterizing. So when we create a type layer, it's actually letters. It's not a picture. So we're just going to make this a picture layer, both of them. I'm going to go up to Layer, and I'm going to rasterize Layer. And then I'm going to do it with my other one. You know it's rasterized if you can see the little picture next to the word there in the Layers menu. So I click on the layer I want to rasterize. I'll go up to Image, or my bad, Layer, Rasterize, and Rasterize Layer. All right, now I'm going to put my green on top of my blue, however you want to layer it. And look at that. Now I can layer these and create this wicked looking halo that looks kind of cool. Just like that. And you can kind of move it, position it however you want, and that looks pretty good. So now what I want to do is I want to merge these two layers so that I can get these to be one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the first layer. and then hold shift and click on the next layer. That way I have both of them. Now I'm going to go up to layer, and I'm going to go down to merge layers. So now I have one. Perfect, looking good now. So let's go ahead and let's now add a brick wall that we can graffiti. So I'm going to go back to Google. I'm going to go to pexels.com, and I'm going to look up brick wall. And you can find one that has, even like this one with the light could be kind of cool. You could find like one where it's side of a building. I am going to go with I'm going to choose this one right here. I'll do this red one. So I'm going to click free download. And then I'm going to drag this picture onto my Photoshop file. Bingo. Now you're going to be like, why is it, Mr. Haas, I can't see my letters. We just got to drag this picture in our layers menu below. All right, there we go. So we're almost there now. What's nice now too is we can resize this. So I can hold shift and make this nice and big. And perfect. All right, so now let's add a paint layer where we add some spray behind this. All right, so I'm going to add a new layer like we did with our Warhol. I'm going to grab a splatter brush like I used with my thematic collage. See, everything kind of combines here. So I'm going to go to paint splatter and see what we got here. Oop. Let's see what we got. A little big. Got to shrink it a little bit. That one's kind of boxy. I don't really like that one. Let's go to splatter brushes. Spray. There we go. Free spray. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's fix it. So what you can do is grab a brush, any kind of brush that you like. My brushes are always so big. That one's kind of bad too. What's this one look like? I'm just getting my brush size to where I want it. So then what I'm going to do, oh, that's the one that I just found too. Well, I don't really like any of these. So let's go with perfect. I got this one. I'll do this splatter brush. Again, you can download any kind of splatter brush that you want. All right, so now I'm going to grab and I'm going to grab some of the color that I have here. I'll grab some of this green. And on my layer, grab my brush. Oop, get my color, grab my brush, and now I can kind of spray kind of behind my name here. I gotta put it behind there. There we go. I'm gonna change the brush because you don't want the same brush going around. There we go. Maybe I'll add some blue to this too. Hit my letter I, grab some blue, grab my brush, kind of spray some blue back there. Add some of the colors that you have within your design. That kind of brings it to life a little bit. Opacity's a little low. I'll crank that up a little and give it some darkness. Again, change the direction of your brush too so that it doesn't always look the same. So I'm going to go up and change kind of the direction of this. Bingo. So now I kind of got my graffiti to where it looks like it's actually been sprayed on a wall a little bit here. So now what we're going to do is once you have your painting the way that you want it, we're going to actually merge our name layer and our paint layer. So again, click on the layer, hold shift. Click on layer 1. I'm going to go up to layer. I'm going to merge layers. And now we're going to learn that we can blend this into the background. So I'm going to click on my title layer. So we're going to pull the brick right through. I'm over here next to my layers menu. I'm going to double click in this open gray area in my layer. And this pulls up a menu. I'm going to move it over a little bit. Down at the bottom, you're going to see it says blend if. We're just going to keep that at gray. And then if you move this bottom one down a little bit, and you change the white a little bit, we don't want it too much till we lose it. This top one can stay, but this bottom one, if we move that a little, it now blends it into the brick wall to where it looks like it's actually sprayed on that wall. I can even adjust the opacity a little bit so it's not too bright. And boom, we've now just created our own sense of graffiti. We've downloaded a font. We rasterized our layers. We added a couple fonts. We then took those layers and merged them together. We added a brick wall. We added some spray paint. And then we used our layer blending. Alrighty, so enjoy, create your own, make a couple of these, and we will see you in a bit. All right, good work.